I'm Moa. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing Tumoro우바이투게더's newest album, FREEFALL. We're going to split this up into two parts. I am also doing the title track, Chasing That Feeling, in this reaction because literally when the title track dropped, I was at an Hypen concert. So, of course, I wasn't going to be able to react to it that night, so I'm only just now getting to it today. But we're going to do 3 songs on this part 1 and then 3 songs on part 2. The songs we're doing for this part is, of course, Chasing That Feeling, Growing Pain, which I heard is an opener, like an intro track that surpasses opening sequence, which is going to be very hard for me because I love opening sequence. I am like a die-hard opening sequence fan. So that, like, my expectations are way up here on that one. And then we are going to do Dreamer. So 2 things. First one, I accidentally heard Back for More TXT version. I planned on reacting to it, but my sister and I were listening to it on the way to the Hypen concert before we jumped into the Hypen set list. And I didn't realize, because she didn't say anything, but and she's heard this album, so she has all of it on her phone already, and she didn't say anything, and I just assumed it was the Anita version because she had known I didn't, or I guess she thought I had heard it, but I thought she knew I hadn't heard it. But with that being said, I accidentally did hear it. All I had to say, Huening-Kai, that second verse, oh, come through, Huening-Kai. But I really enjoyed the TXT version. Dreamer. I heard Dreamer was 20 Centimeter's sister. If anybody knows me, I love R&B. It's like my favorite thing in the whole wide world. It's my favorite genre. Anytime my K-pop groups do R&B, my favorite thing ever. I love 20 Centimeters is one of my favorite B-sides, and it absolutely kills me that they ignore it and will probably never put it on a set list. But I have lived with that. So I'm very much anticipating Dreamer. I think when I heard that, I was like, okay, well then I'm just going to go ahead and claim Dreamer because... But when I heard Growing Pains was gonna surpass opening sequence, I'm like, well, dang, this is about to be like the album. So enough with the intro. Let's go ahead and get into it. First thing we are doing is the title track, Chasing That Feeling. So let's go ahead and get started. I heard this was like super cinematic, which I mean, with Tumo로우바이투게더, oh my god, that's to be expected. Oh, we're already getting started. Our intro guy, Bomgyu. I'm very excited. This is so different. I was not expecting this. This is not the sound I was expecting. Hold on. Let me try to grasp this again. My head is kind of all over the place because one, I wasn't expecting Bomgyu to like fly in like an asteroid and hit the earth. And then the song came in and okay, it was okay.
Fall from the sky. Maybe I miss it for good.
That was beautiful. That release from Bomgyu was absolutely fantastic. This sounds like something. This either sounds like the like theme of a movie that came out in the 80s or like a song that came out in the, but it's got a very specific sound, and it's gonna bug me for the rest of this.
From the sky, maybe I miss it for good.
Yes.
I prepare to die.
Oh.
down to earth like a meteorite.
Okay. I was gonna say something about the choreo earlier.
I prepare to die.
Yeonjun sounds amazing. That part, I really enjoyed that, like, little go into a diagonal.
You're right. 내 수면과 come and kiss me.
Come on, Hyunin guy.
Keep on chasing that feeling. 망가진 나의 limit. I just keep on chasing that feeling. Chasing that feeling. Chasing that.
Oh my god, this sounds like something so specific and it's gonna bug me so much. But it's almost like, I love this. The chasing that feeling part is so good. It's so good. There's like harmonies with the background vocals. Yes, I love it. This song sounds so, oh god, it's gonna kill me and I'm gonna think of it later.
I just keep on chasing that feeling. Chasing that feeling.
Ooh!
Chasing that feeling. It's all I know. It's all I know. 길을 잃었던 나의 시간. I was lost like a child.
Love the synth in this.
Feel so alive. 내 몸에 crawling pains. Feels like
Cause honestly, it's just, I'm going to assume it's like eighth notes, but it's just like chords going up and down the scale. But there's like enough variation that it doesn't feel, not necessarily repetitive. I guess kind of repetitive, but almost like static, boring. There's just enough of that chord progression and chord difference that it keeps the song interesting.
I was lost like a child. 비로소 진실을 봤어. Feel so alive. 내 몸에 crawling pains.
Dang.
Feels like I'm on fire. 조금은 아파도 burn and fall like a shooting star. 내 수면에 come and kiss me. I just keep on chasing that feeling. 망가진 나의 limit. I just keep on chasing that feeling.
Okay, before we get into this section, because I want to hear this chasing that feeling part again, do they have designated colors now? Like that's what I'm getting from this ball of energy, I'm assuming, that they're chasing
Just keep on
with
chasing that
the differing colors.
망가진 나의 limit. I just keep on chasing that feeling. Chasing that feeling.
Ooh.
Chasing that feeling. It's all I know. It's all I know. I'm chasing.
There's a slight difference, but the synth melody for this most recent section almost sounds like Take On Me. There's a slight difference at the end of it, but when I first heard it, I was like, is this a sample of this? But then it changed and I was like, okay, maybe not. But it definitely, that is the first thing I thought of when I heard this section.
It's all I know. I'm chasing. I'm chasing. 천국을
That's a powerful
던진
pose taken.
Fall from the sky.
I gotta figure out who Green is.
And everything's gonna be alright.
That was an amazing way to do a transition because like they have superpowers now, I guess, or they've always had superpowers. I'm not entirely sure where this fits in the lore, but like what a perfect way to hide a jump cut is to play on those abilities. That's cool. Oh, that's my favorite part. Sing, Taken. This is very, very cool. I like, I know I'm supposed to be watching them, but I couldn't help but glance at the cars on the side that were going under the intersection and to the side of the intersection. That was... the, like, depth and, like... This feels... Okay, the chasing part, this feels almost Doctor Strange-esque. With the shift in the buildings. See with the false thing. Ooh! Yeah, I like... Fantastic job, director. I'm assuming because when they came together and like Huening-kai did this little like arm movement to separate them, and it was the part where I talked about the transition being a perfect way to cover up a jump cut. I'm assuming that was their way of telling us they had obtained what they were chasing, that feeling they were chasing. But this was so cool. And like, here's the thing, there were so many extra elements in this that they didn't necessarily have to do, and it wasn't a matter of like editing Tomorrow by Together specifically doing anything, but editing what was going on around them. And it provided so much depth to the MV. It was so cool. It was so cool. Love the song. Love the chorus, especially the chasing that feeling part. And then the part at the very end where you had like the Subin falsettos and then into Yeonjun, and so good. So good. Absolutely amazing. This song, I don't even think it reminds me of another song, except for that little part that reminded me of Take On Me. But it definitely reminds me of that time period. But it felt like this song would belong in a very specific movie. And I know the movie and I can't think of it. It's like, this is gonna bug, and I'll think of it like later on tonight or something. But this was so good. I was not expecting the song to sound like this at all. So it kind of threw me off at the beginning, but once I settled into it, I was like, yes, let's go. That I still love that part of Bomgyu's at the beginning. Was so good. They all absolutely shined in this. Love the choreo from the bits and pieces I did see, especially the part in the like sewers. But yes, absolutely. Growing pains. Okay, so like, how am I supposed to prepare for a song that outdoes opening sequence? Like, I don't think I can. I just have to go into it. So let's go ahead and get into Growing Pain. Okay. Huening-kai. That was stunning. Do it again. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, okay. It's a Taehyun. Before we get into Taehyun, I want to rewind. I really like this Yeonjun and Beomgyu part. Whoa. I'm not prepared. I'm not gonna do it. Hold on. Give me a second time to get through this. That is not what I thought the like pre-chorus / hook of this part was gonna be. Like I was full, like this build up. It kind of like fakes you out. Heavy rock feel in this. And even like with their style of singing, it's almost a little bit more aggressive. You know what's really funny? When I was listening to Beomgy's part a while ago, the sound of his voice gave me very much like Green Day Boulevard of Broken Dreams vibes, if that makes sense. It's not necessarily that like hard hitting rock, but it's still got that like punk kind of feel to it. Ooh. Come through, Yeonjun. I can always appreciate a good like guitar riff / drum break. Oh. Dang. Wow. Definitely not like I I always said not what I was expecting, as if I was expecting like anything, like if I had anything planned out of what this was gonna sound like. But opening sequence has that like heavy guitar, or heavier guitar, especially during the bridge. But they definitely intensified it with Growing Pain. It's definitely got like that like I want to say like Green Day, Yellow Card, Blink 182 sound. But all three, I talked about Boulevard of Broken Dreams earlier, but that's got a more mellow vibe to it. It's almost like Jimmy Eat World The Middle, kind of like amplified a little bit. But like those kind of bands, in the time, that period, they were really popular. It just kind of feels like a more modern take on it, if that makes sense. But really, really enjoyed the song. The vocals were so good in this. And I loved the variation in their vocals, or vocal tones. I think they complemented the song really well. Okay, lastly, we have Dreamer. I don't even know, like, when I heard it was 20 Centimeters Sister, my mind just automatically goes to like, this is gonna be straight R&B, but I don't think it is. So let's just see. Let's go ahead and get into Dreamer. Okay, it's definitely a lot mellower. These photos. Yes. Whoever said this was 20, like I told me this was 20 Centimeters Sister, absolutely, you are correct. I am glad I was like, I'm gonna end up claiming this one. Yes. I heard like 3 seconds of vocals, maybe not even that. I'm just anticipating a lot now. Okay. Yes. If y'all don't perform this on the door. Yes. Y'all don't understand how happy I am right now. Those little oohs from Yeonjun are so pretty. I don't want you to break anything in that tone of voice. Hello? I thought he was gonna like, because they had just been singing everything so prettily and everything. Yeah, no. If you want me to live, I don't need you to break anything down for me. No need. Unnecessary. Time out. And I said this with 20 centimeters too. But the song is not over yet, so I'm not entirely holding this opinion. Hopefully it'll change. But there is not nearly enough Bomgyu. How do you have a baritone voice like Bomgyu and don't utilize it a lot on an R&B song? That's what drives R&B songs.
Let me break it down for you. New life, day and night. 새로 태어난 하이처럼 난 널 따라가. 날 비추는 꿈꾸지 않는 어른과 꿈꾸는 소년. 그 흠은 두 갈래 길 쌓이는 gray. 어두워진데도 더 별빛은 shining. 빛을 따라 밤도 자라나. 길고 긴 방향의 끝 오랜.
They're definitely taking a certain singing style with this song. A lot of falsettos, a lot of like head voice. So they definitely want it sung stylistically a certain way. Like this isn't you like I just said, like baritone voices usually drive R&B songs because they're significantly like richer in sound. But that's not what they're going for here, which is interesting. Okay, I can hear they must have done doubling because I can hear Yeonjun's deep voice in this section, and I kind of almost wanted it to solo his deep voice. Like you can hear it underneath. Stop, please. But like, see what I mean? See how they take Yeonjun's voice and go into that like deeper route? That's usually what, I guess, not necessarily stereotypical of what you hear in an R&B song. Because like I know they're gonna want to like shake things up, do things differently. But I feel like they could have utilized it at least a little bit. You could have done the chorus, like the really, really high like falsetto sections. But like maybe when we get back into the regular verses, just like go back into those lower ranges. Because I know these guys can, like, even though Taehyun and Hyun Kai hit these big high notes, like I've heard both of them do stuff in their lower registers. So I know they can do it. But yeah, that would be like my only thing. Still love this song because like R&B. Anytime I get new TXT R&B music, it makes me very, very happy. But if I had to change like one thing, it would be that. But yes, absolutely utilize Bomgyu more in R&B songs. I was gonna say something. As I was like getting ready to do Dreamer, I realized I probably should have. Growing Pains reminds me of like a middle ground between like Linkin Park and like Green Day. Somewhere in there. But like those bands. Like Linkin Park just randomly popped into my head as I was doing that. But I'm going to go ahead and get into part 2 of this. This is a strong start for part 1. I'm really, really enjoying these tracks. So very, very excited to close out this album. So I will see you guys in a sec. Bye, mamas.